Hello everyone, my name's FlareBlitzed and welcome back to Tiny Bunny. I still think that the Tiny Bunny is a representation of our character throughout this game. Let's see what we can do while we're here. A piggy bank. Oya is saving money for a real puppy because Dad said that taking care of him would take a lot of money. The text shouldn't skip through like that. It should just go through, well, not like that, maybe that would be better. Teddy bear. Oya's countless toys. An old teddy bear is the main attraction here. Oya doesn't sleep without him. You can tell I've been on this game for quite a while. And she digs her nose into its fur when she sleeps. Lovely. And what's the final thing? Ah, the curtains. Or the scary window where Oya sees that accursed owl every night, lurking in the darkness. Oya keeps curtains open during the day, but as soon as the twilight comes, she shuts them tight, so she wouldn't see the pair of hungry eyes outside. Nothing else as far as we can see. Turn on the TV. The old photon TV was gathering dust in the corner. All that was left was clicking button on the front panel. What's going to appear on the TV, I wonder? The tube warmed up and familiar white noise started dancing on the black screen. Oh, I almost reached out to turn on the VCR when the noise calmed down and a blurry image appeared for a moment. Whoa. There's a bunch of stuff. It was a dark taiga forest, just like the one outside my window. The picture split the screen in half. Something creepy resembling human speech was coming out of the speaker. Just a few minutes later, the scenery was again overshadowed by noise. Static. Did it catch some rogue signal? Local TV station only really showed Soviet cartoons, and even that was pretty rare. Just recently I used to always watch Robotech before school. It was so awesome. Maybe I should tinker with the antenna. What if I catch this channel again? What do I get from it though? That is the bigger question. On the other hand, Oya had asked me to find the tape. It would have been nice to disappoint her. But in my sleepy state, I didn't have the strength to do all of it. Down there. Down there, search. Set or search. Those are the two options we've got right now. Time for another save. Search. Search the cupboard. Oh, I sifted through the shelves full of dolls and blue hippos from Kinder Surprise. I found the tape I needed thanks to its shabby spine. Wow, distinctive. I got the black rectangle from its box. Neverland. What's that achievement? Neverland is you spent the evening with your sister. Okay. So if you chose the other option, then we wouldn't be able to do that. The tape inside it rustled while we winding to the beginning. This rustle was lulling me to sleep. Drowsiness attacked me while I was squatting before the TV. Images whirled in my head. Me and Oya flying above the forest, tumbling in the soft clouds. We're walking in the air. My little sister is laughing, but her smile becomes more and more forced with every passing second. I notice that the clouds underneath us part, bearing the bristly pine tops. Swampy darkness slurped among the trees. The wings are no longer able to hold us and Oya. You haven't started without me, have you? What? My sister brought the tray with unevenly cut bread and a whole can of condensed milk. Ah, the condensed milk that Mom prepared. I rolled my eyes. No, come sit. I was just rewinding the tape so that we're at the beginning. Mom and Dad are arguing again. They're going through rough times. Rough times are lame. Yeah, rough times are lame, Oya. But if you come out through these rough times on the other side alive, then that means you must have done something right to do that. PN was screen. Wendy was hiding. PN, what's that? Peter Pan's shadow to address Oya was entertained by the cartoonish dog Nana. Maybe Mum and Dad will buy us a dog too? Yeah, right. I'll have my own dog in the Neverland, and a cat and a parrot. Oya smeared a slice of bread with a thick layer of condensed milk and handed it to me. Have you lost all of your baby teeth? Obviously. Oya frowned deep and thought. You still got yours then. Peter Pan has baby teeth. What if they won't let you go to his land with adult teeth? We'll think of something. We'll ask Dad to alter your age in the passport. And why would Dad forge documents? Oya took a bite from the sandwich and started talking with her mouth full. I heard Mom vow he did that before. I see you're trying to eat with a mouthful. That's very rude. You'll grow ears as big as Dumbo's. Ah, don't you dare say something like that about Dumbo. Dumbo, the brilliant elephant. Oya got worried and touched her ear. I smiled to myself. My little sister was silent now. She just devoured bread, watching the adventures of Peter Pan, Tinkerbell, and James Hook, as if she got sucked into the fairy tale Neverland. To be honest, I also imagined myself there, in a land where one never ages, where no one argues over little things, where no one listens to fights and the sound of broken plates at night. Unfortunately, that is the reality of life, and unfortunately for some of us, that is the norm. Some families. It felt like I was dreaming with my eyes still open. Then my little sister's scream pulled me back to reality. Tony, shut the curtains fast! What do you mean? I don't need to shut the curtains at all. At all, okay? Why? No one's watching you. It's dark, and when it's dark, the owl comes. I'm scared. I got out of bed, fighting my drowsiness, and closed the curtains. Do I want to do that, though? That is the big question. There's close, but there's no other options on screen. Are there any other options on screen? I'm not seeing any right now. Yeah, I think close is our only option. I did my best not to look outside towards the treetops, towards the taiga forest, which seemingly drew closer and closer. Of course, it was just a visual effect from shadows of branches scraping the snow. Tony, Mum thinks I made the owl up. And Dad too. Thinks I'm a liar since I'm small. The mind can be very easily manipulated, especially with children and people who are naive. But the owl exists. Honestly it does. You do believe me, right? That it comes every night and... I swiftly grabbed Oya's hand and looked at her in the eyes. I was trying to transfer at least some of my courage and determination. But did I really have those qualities? You can if you believe in yourself. Yes, I believe you, alright? Just don't nag our parents about it anymore. They're already dealing with a lot, so they'll just get mad at you. Come and tell me if anything happens. And don't look out the window. But it wants me to look. Doesn't matter. Acts like it doesn't exist and never existed, like it's made up, just like Mum and Dad say. It'll get tired of waiting and fly away. That's a good way of looking at it. It was madness, but after everything that's happened recently, I was more and more inclined to believe Oya's owl exists. Is it nighttime? We followed Peter Pan's adventures as if nothing had happened. As if the forest didn't kidnap kids, and if our parents weren't tearing each other apart bit by bit. Captain Hook was running away from a crocodile, and Captain Pan was headed to London on a gilded sailboat. By some miracle, I lasted longer than my little sister. Oya's eyelids dropped. She started snorting lightly, resting her chin on the side of the bed. I stood up and left Oya's room. I was looking out the window, studying the field, when Mum peeked into my room. Hello? Enough playing around. It's your first day at school tomorrow. Go to bed, you should sleep properly. You don't want to be teased for being sleepy, right? Adults think everything is so simple. As if sound sleep would ensure my classmates would like me. I covered myself with a blanket up to my neck and listened to the house humming, to something invisible rustling in the corners. My inner voice had a question for me. I want to hear that mysterious flute again. Yes or no? Maybe it's just a part of growing up and I can't fully understand my own desires. The forest wailed behind the barrier that was my walls. Some inferior entity wandered the fields. Branches shook as if calling for me. The wind howled on and on in the night. My thoughts were like annoying flies that entered my head before becoming weak and tangled. I didn't notice how I fell into slumber. True detective. Hey! Thank you for completing episode 1 of Tiny Bunny. Did you enjoy it? Did you want to know what happens next? We're already working hard on the continuation of the story. Oh yeah, I enjoyed it thoroughly, thank you very much. So there are other options in the game which we will explore right now. And, ooh, there's another little bunny there in the background. Lovely. So this was the first option. We could just take it, or we could just simply run away, which is the option we didn't do the first time around, so we'll do that. Lumps of snow fell from the branch that reminded me of the sound soil makes when you throw it into the pit on top of a casket. I immediately felt dizzy, as if I was balancing at a precipice. I don't know that word. I slowly backed away from my finding. It felt like the moment I touched it, it was a trap or a spring, and the mouse would get caught. Someone stepped on the ice behind me, close by. My inner voice whispered, "Save yourself, run!" My nerves got the better of me. I ran, burying my head in my shoulders. This one again. Okay. Maybe it wasn't Volva's mitten. Maybe it wasn't a mitten at all. Could be that. And Oya's owl? Am I going mad? What's happening to me? This again. So, most of the dialogue is exactly the same. Run for your life. And that was about escaping the animals, wasn't it? Hold on. Run for your life, you escaped. Okay, that was it. Just that. So the only one I've got left in terms of achievements is Cursed Tape. You recorded the report footage. So I wonder whereabouts that is within the game, because I think it might have something to do with being in the sister's room and not choosing to look in the cupboard, but just inspect the screen more. Let's set. The picture finally cleared up. For the moment I rejoiced at finding that weird signal again. The weird TV started coughing, a voice barely coming through the canopy. That is a nice... well, it's an ominous looking graveyard. He was often seen at the moment when. Small snowy hills were lined up on the screen, piers with rickety crosses, and a male voice was narrating with a slow, mournful voice. It was a pitch black night at the cemetery. In that fateful dark time, little Sina met her fate at the face of a monstrous thicket dweller. The locals call him none other than the Forest Master. I froze and did my best not to move, as if by doing that I could scare away the narrator. I listened closely to his every word. The beast dealt with the helpless girl in a masterful manner, as the Forest Master does. The camera panned across the snow with something black spilled over it, looking for ragged pieces of cloth that were thrown around all over the place. I didn't want to think whether Sina's remains were wrapped in there, so I shut my eyes without thinking. The voice continued. Wolves are rare guests in these parts. Ooh. Here's what Tamara, the old woman that lives in a nearby crypt, had to say. A close-up shot of the face of an old homeless woman weary from life and alcohol abuse rattled on the screen. Yes, such a fearsome beastie it is. Worse than the rising dead. The old woman splattered saliva all over the rectangular mic. And the stink. It's like... The rest of her comparison was swallowed up by the sound of a horn. I've never felt anything like that. It was just standing there. Yes. Right where you stand, boyo, and pierced me with his eyes right in the middle of the day. Was so huge, that one, with glassy eyes. Obscenities were covered by another bleep. You know, they say if this demon lies his eyes on you, it'll snatch you, put you into his bag, and you're done. But he won't touch me, because of all of the alcohol he drank. Likes me, it seems. So they even call me the Devil's Winch. And it's definitely true. The carnivorous monster would not touch those who fell to the level of forest beasts, going for the innocent child's blood instead. The Forest Master's presence is far more and more the outskirts of our country. Torn between believing in what was said and shrugging it away, I decided to record the remaining part of the documentary for some reason. I quickly grabbed the tape that was on the top of the TV and put it into the VCR without even looking at the cover. I pressed record, turned the sound up and paid attention to the seeping signal. It's not called the Forest Master for nothing. All of the animals obey it, be they hairy or feathery. They're all precursors of its appearance. If you hear howls in the distance, then it's most likely already knows where you live. If you find animal prints all over your doorstep and birds watching you from the treetops, you'd better hide. It's already coming for you. And if you wake up at night and see a pair of eyes in your window, then soon, aren't you a beautiful beast, aren't you? The TV suddenly went mad and looped the last word over and over, piercing my ears. Holy moly, I got goosebumps all over my spine. The tape ended and was rewinding to the beginning. The sound of rustling tape reminded me of leaves in the wind and the low howl of the beast. I woke up from my stupor and pressed the button. The VCR ejected the tape. For a moment I thought it was stained and with saliva. But that was just the light of the chandelier making the black plastic glossy. And then I saw the cover. Oops, I recorded over Peter Pan. Dearie me. Ah, dearie me. Looks like we're going to be watching something else tonight, Oya. That's what I get for hurrying. It was bad enough that I ruined Oya's cartoon, but I also put this creepy stuff over it. I can't let her see this. We'll drown in tears. I snuck a glance at the door. I could hear the clatter of glass and the squeaky floorboards. Oya appeared in the doorway. You haven't started with me. So, you haven't started without me, have you? My sister brought the tray, unevenly cut bread. I think this is the same. Oh, no. I was looking for the tape. Do you really want to watch Peter Pan? I do. Turn it on already. Mum will come watch a Brazilian drama soon. Come on, think, fake detective. You know, I don't like Peter Pan. Maybe we should watch Little Mermaid instead. I've already seen it so many times. And you promised me. She's so stubborn. I know. Let's watch a couple of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles episodes first. Deal? Oya frowned but ultimately gave up. She put down the tray and crossed her hands on her chest. If you want it so much, can you open the milk can? I'm afraid I'll cut myself with the sharp edges. So you're saying that we're your guinea pig ready to open this milk can? How dare you? I'm joking. As soon as I stood up, colourful dots popped up before my eyes, and my sore legs were pierced by thousands of needles. Only when I reached the sofa I realised that the can was already open. Oya had tricked me, played me for a fool. My stomach became heavy. I wanted to rush toward the TV, but my little sister was faster. She picked up the remote and proclaimed in a victorious tone, "Gotcha, gotcha, gotcha! As the remote's master, I command you to watch Peter Pan!" I couldn't even open my mouth and the VCR had already eaten the accursed tape. She'll play it, and then... black crosses on unnamed graves, empty crypts, bloody scraps on the snow and the insane devil's wrench. I better tell the truth. Oya, stop! I erased the end of your tape by accident. I'll trade it with you for 2 of mine. What do you mean? You couldn't erase it. Me and Dad have broken off all those plastic pins with a screwdriver. You couldn't record anything over my cartoons now? My little sister pressed the triangle play button on the remote. I squeezed on the inside, awaiting the out-of-this-world voice from the narrator. But I saw the duel between Peter Pan and Captain Hook instead. I sighed in relief. My head, heavy as a leaden bell, now rests in my hands. Oya smiled in joy, sorry. She put the tape on rewind and started spreading milk all over her bread. And when the cartoon started, she forgot everything in the world. As if she really got transported to the Neverland, like she always wished. To be honest, I also imagined myself there, in a land where one never ages. Okay, what is the but now Peter Pan was especially far away from me. Good. Already seen this. Sister's scream pulled me back to reality. Tony, shut the curtains! Why? No one's watching you. Oh, that's when the owl comes, oh dearie me. We want to close the curtains because of this tale. Did my best not to look outside, but don't worry, the real monster's inside, about to appear on the TV. Of course, it was just a visual effect from shadows of branches scraping the snow. Tony, Mum thinks I made up. Yeah, you did. And Dad too. Yeah, they're both correct. But the owl exists. No, it doesn't. Honestly, it does. It doesn't. You do believe me, right? No, it doesn't. But it comes every night, and I swiftly grabbed Oya's hand and looked her in the eyes, trying to transfer at least some of my courage and determination. But do I even have those qualities? Yes, I believe you're right. Just don't nag our parents about it anymore. We're already dealing with a lot, so they'll just get mad at you. Come and tell me if anything happens. And don't look out the window. But it wants me to look. But it really, really wants me to look at its big googly eyes. Doesn't matter. Acts like it doesn't exist and never existed. Like it's made up, just like Mum and Dad say. It'll get tired of waiting and fly away. Fly away towards its next victim. goes on for some time. And we followed Peter Pan's adventures as if nothing had happened. We've already seen this. Captain Hook was running away from a crocodile. Beat Captain Pet. We've already seen that. Lasts longer. Good. Of course, the scene in the ending sun. The world of Disney was lit up by a silvery moon. And then that. Another moon peeked from under the first one. Scary and wan, hanging over the tiger forest. The horrific report got recorded right over the credits. My throat went dry. My pulse became faster. I looked toward Oya. Out comes. She smacked her lips in her sleep. I squeezed the remote with all my might, ready to press stop at any moment. I rewound the recording, checking if it was intact, and then carefully took out the tape. The protective pin was still in place. I stood up and left Oya's room. Okay, so I think that if we're going towards the best ending, we would have also grabbed the mitten that was on the tree, because we've only got 2 or 3 pieces there. Number 1, the phone number to actually phone them up at, and number 2, the video cassette. Cursed tape. Yes, we know, Mom. You don't want to be teenage while be sleeping, right? I know that. I do apologize. I was just trying to keep my little sibling comfortable. Mysterious blue, you say, huh? Already seen all this. And the same screen on the back. There's one more thing I want to do. Okay, everything is in place. We have the video cassette with the recording. We have the mitten that was hanging on the tree, and we have the phone number. Some detective we are. Put that in place. I'm sorry, ma'am. I'll go to sleep now. Nothing else comes to mind. Okay, so there's nothing else that changes in the background wise. And wasn't there like a screenshot that someone posted of there being more bunnies on the background? Maybe it's just me being me and being me alone. What would it be? Screenshots. The menu. Not seeing anything. No, I'll find it another day. But I definitely feel that you could have more bunnies on the screen. So there's one with 1. One with 2. Yeah, I'm only seeing a screenshot with 2 bunnies. The one on the right side of the main one, or its left side actually. So, we'll come back to this, folks, when the second episode releases. Thank you all so much for watching. This is a cracking start to a horror visual novel, and we'll see each others in the next time. Have a wonderful day and take care of yourselves.